Hello everyone and welcome to the Como Liado channel. Now I bring you this recipe that I know you will love. It's like making a dish that here in Mexico we know as Aztec cake. This is just the way I prepare it, because there must be many more and maybe they add other things or more than what I put in them. But believe me, it is a delight, and for those who have never tried it, I hope you do and tell me what you think. So let's see what we're going to need to do it. For 4 people, we will need 2 chicken breasts, 4 poblano chilies, half an onion although it can be a full one, preferably manchego cheese already cut into slices. More or less about 20 tortillas depending on the size of your baking dish. Half a liter of cream, a can of batches, 4 seasoned tomato purees or 1 large one, a frying pan and a baking dish to cook it. Now let's see how to prepare it. We take our breasts and put them in a pot over high heat with a little water, making sure it covers them completely. We cook them, leaving them covered until the water boils, and once you have done it, we lower the heat and leave them for approximately 10 minutes so that they cook well. While we wait for the breasts to cook, we take a frying pan and add a little oil as seen in the video. We wait for it to heat up, and if we want to know if it's ready, just add a piece of tortilla or onion, and if it immediately sticks out of the oil, it's done. We begin to fry the tortillas for just a few seconds on each side using tongs. We do this so that they do not fall apart when we assemble the dish. Do the same with each of the tortillas that you will need, which in this case I used 27 because we put 3 layers. But depending on your refractory you can use a little more or less. Once you're frying the tortillas, let them rest on a paper towel to remove any excess oil, and once you're done, just put them this way and set aside for last. By that time the breasts should have been completely cooked, so we just take them out and let them cool in a plate or container and reserve them in the same way for later. Now we turn on one of the burners of our stove to high heat and place the poblano chilies directly on it as I show them in the video. What we are looking for is for them to be almost charred. You just have to be very careful as this does not take much time. Turn it over and check that all the green parts are burned. Once they have been completely painted, they should look like they are shown on the screen. Totally black. Don't worry, this won't affect its flavor at all, on the contrary. Now we take a plastic bag, preferably where they came from, and let them rest in there so that they sweat, and it is much easier to remove the skin. This will only take a couple of minutes or until you see the entire bag fog up. Once you have allowed a few minutes to pass and can hold the chilies with your hands, we only proceed to remove the skin. You can take them off directly, but it's much easier this way. Just cover your sink and open the faucet a little. We do this so that this water is not wasted and can be used for something else. Put the chilies in the water and begin to remove the burnt skin. It should come out easily and without problems, as seen in the video. Once you have peeled it completely, it should look like this. Do the same with all the other chilies, and thus they are all free of the skin. Once peeled, we just take a knife and slice them starting from the top. If you don't want them to be spicy, remove the seeds and veins just like I do on the screen, scraping the inside of the chili with the knife. Then cut it into strips and try to use all of it, even the top part. To avoid any seeds left on your cutting board, just take a paper towel and place them there or directly in your trash can. Since you have them all, they should look more or less like the way I show them to you. Now we take our half onion and cut it into feathers or thin slices. You can also cut it into squares if you prefer, but personally I like it better that way. Once cut, it should look just like I show you in the video. Having done all this, we only take our breasts, which by now should be at a temperature where we can manipulate them. Wash your hands thoroughly before doing anything. And now we shred them. Just grab small parts of the chicken and pull them. That's why we make them with breast, because it's easier to shred the meat that way. At first glance it seems like it is very little chicken, but once we have finished shredding it, you can see that the plate is almost completely filled, and believe me, it will be very good for 4 people, or if it is for 2 you will be able to enjoy it for 2 days or more. Now we take the same pan that we used for the tortillas and just add a little more oil. And once it is hot, we just add the onions to sauté them. Here we are just moving them and waiting for them to become soft or look a little transparent. Once they look like this, we add the other ingredients. We add the already chopped poblano chilies. We add our chicken that we just shredded, and finally we add the can of batches that we had reserved. Now just stir everything perfectly, and if you want you can add salt and pepper to taste. Although remember that the sauce or tomato puree is already seasoned, but I'll leave that up to your taste. Once you have tried it and think it is how you want it, just place it in a container and set aside. Finally, we return to the same pan where we have done everything and add our tomato purees. Here we are not really doing anything more than taking the leftover oil with which the chicken was Cook so that the sauce takes on a little flavor. But you can make your sauce from scratch with a couple of tomatoes, onion, garlic, salt and a little water and season it with powdered chicken broth and it will be even better. But apart from the fact that it will look great on you, the truth is that it won't take up any of your time and believe me, it will also taste delicious. Just wait for it to boil and stir constantly. Once it has boiled, just stir a little more, turn off the heat and let it rest right there in the pan. Now comes the assembly of our dish. Just take your baking dish and preferably grease it with butter so that there is no chance of the tortillas sticking to it. Although it is very unlikely because it will be covered in all the sauce. Then just take your tortillas and put the first layer. The point is that there are no gaps, so use as many tortillas as necessary. Then take the cream and put a generous amount on the entire layer of tortillas as I show you. The more you add, the less likely it will be dry, but you can add it to your liking. Then take the preparation you made with the chicken and distribute it evenly throughout the pan. I do it by hand because I think that way I can spread it better. Now take a ladle and put a lot of sauce on the entire preparation. Don't be shy and add plenty of it as it will look better that way. Now repeat the process. Put the second layer of tortillas, then spread a lot of cream, which will more or less add about half a liter in total. Then add the last of our stew and distribute it as best as possible so that everyone gets everything, and finally add the sauce. Remember to add enough and this way it will be much more moist. Now the last layer, we put the last tortillas again. I was missing one and I had to make it at that moment as well as the sauce. But the measurements that I put and say in the video are the total that I used. But calculate well so that it doesn't happen to you like it did to me. Cover the cream as in the previous layers and we pour all the sauce that we have left over in this last layer, and now instead of adding the chicken we are going to put the layer of cheese that we had reserved. Put it on the entire surface of the preparation, trying to cover everything. That's why I tell you to preferably take it out already sliced, so that it is easier to distribute. Once we have finished it, it should look more or less like the one I show you on the screen. All that remains is to bake it. Preheat your oven to 220 degrees Celsius, or if your oven has a number like mine, put it on 3, and now just take your refractory and very carefully put it in it. They are going to leave it for about 30 or 40 minutes or until they see that our cheese is bubbling and turning golden. Once the necessary time has passed, just take it out of the oven, always having pot holders on hand for the hot stuff and with extreme caution. Take it out of it so that it doesn't burn. As you can see, the cheese is already melted and in some parts a little golden. That's what we want. As you can see, this is how it is finished, and as you can see golden parts of the cheese, which is what tells us that it is already perfectly cooked and will also give it a better flavor. Now all that remains is to cut it and serve it. As you can see, it looks very good and seems like a lasagna type, but believe me, it has a very particular flavor that you are going to love. Here you can see the layers where you can see the chicken, the rajas and the corn, but everything you see is completely bathed in sauce and cream. I assure you that your family and friends will be fascinated by it. So as you can see, with just tortillas, chicken, poblano peppers and tomato puree, we can make this delicious dish that is not expensive at all, and that even though there are many steps, it is very quick and easy to make. And if you are not from Mexico or have not tried it yet, I assure you that you will like it a lot. In addition, it is ideal to do it for a special occasion or for a meeting, since it is very vast and looks like a template that took many hours to make. And it will go very well with the people for whom they prepare it. I hope you do it, and if so, tell me how it turned out or what you put in it, and most importantly if you liked it. I assure you that it will be so. As you already know, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share with all your family, friends and acquaintances. As always, see you in the next videos. Thank you.